Hey, what is good, Twitch? What is good, stream, y'all? What's good, YouTube? We at it again. We talk NBA. We finna get into some interesting conversations right here today. Today, we got the Dinwiddie slash Luka Doncic combination of We Talk Mavs in the building to talk a little bit more about some NBA ball. First, I'm gonna introduce. Well, they don't need no introduction, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I got my boy Real. What's good, brother?
What up, y'all? What up? Let's talk some NBA.
And we got the most. I mean, man, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. This man right here should be called Nostradamus when it comes to this basketball, these numbers. We got the king himself. King, what's good, brother?
Nothing much, fellas. Cheers to y'all. Let's do it. Let's talk about the league.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and start with Ja Morant. Ja has catapulted himself into some interesting places when it comes to talking MVP. Uh, some may say most improved. Um, some may say first team All NBA. He's just in some interesting conversations. So I want to start by addressing: is Ja Morant worth all of the hype that he's getting, and is he worthy of being in the conversations that he's in? So I'm gonna start off with Real. What you got, bro?
And as far as hype, I guess we're used to players getting hype each year. You know, it's always somebody. Last year was Trey. You know, the year before that it was Giannis. So you always get these different players. I guess as far as him deserving it, yeah, he deserves a bit of hype. It's just that when people start taking the hype too serious, like out of control, you know, like you got what I'm saying, is he better than Steph? Is he better than Giannis? Is he top five with Jordan, Bird, and Magic? You know, all that type of stuff. Like he started just going out of control with them type of comments, bro. That's where I draw the line. I have some issues. To me, like Ja was a solid player this first couple of years, man. It's like now he just took off, right? So this is his blow up year, and then you have people who are pretty much already putting him up there off of his one blow up year. And so that I guess that's one of the issues that I'm having with it too, man. It's just like you have him leapfrog in front of guys who've been doing this consistently since they've been in the league. And not to hate on Ja, like I like Ja, you know what I mean? It's just the fact that the media is just I can't even remember a time the media was like this heavy on a player. I mean, maybe I'm being a little naive or whatever, but I don't remember, man. I just don't remember them like driving home this much to the point like every time we look on like YouTube or anything, it's like 4 or 5 or 6 type of videos. Either it be a Fox or it be a ESPN or it be some type of an independent YouTube channel that's constantly talking about Ja. I don't think I've ever seen it like this before, ever. And but like to answer your question, though, man, like I said, the hype thing, he's a good player, but some of the hype that he's getting, man, is to me, it's a little excessive. But I know King gonna probably elaborate on a little bit more than me, man. I know he been real hot about it.
All right,
You
floor
want?
is yours.
I don't. I think he deserves all the hype he's getting, and I think the hype is. I'm starting to think the hype is Zion Williamson's hype. That's just been given to him because you're right, bro. I've never seen hype given to someone at this level to this extreme.
I don't think Zion got this type of hype.
I don't think Zion did because Zion never reached that level in the league yet. I think this is what was like prepared for him. If Zion would have been a healthy guy that consistently, they made this whole bubble, or not bubble, but the playing game for Zion Williamson. For him to
Yeah.
get in the playoffs, he just failed
Yep.
to get into it. But I think this is that hype. But I do agree with you about it being a little bit too extreme. because I think Ja now is it's a season where he could possibly be up for most improved player. I think most improved would actually do it because he's taking a big jump. This is his first year, I believe, averaging over 20 points a game.
Yep.
So for him to jump now to getting to 27, almost 28 points a game, that's an extreme leap. Having his guys from the eighth seed or play into the third seed, that is a big leap. So most improved player, I'd be down with him receiving that as well. But I think he's a guy now that's on the cusp. I feel like of knocking on the top 10 of the NBA now, as far as top 10 players. Um, I do want to see him do it more because I do take, I don't take for granted that the Grizzlies had a decent record without Ja Morant. Like I've seen it happen, but the guy is phenomenal. Um, I, he's a scoring guard. He's maybe I don't know. It's just it's a lot of guys, and I'm like, has he really surpassed them? Is he really a better scorer than Steph Curry yet? Is he a better passer than Trae Young? Like I'm hearing some things about him being the best player in the NBA, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like we're going too far here. We got Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's a two-time MVP, one-time Defensive Player of the Year, one-time Finals MVP, and we're talking about Ja Morant being better than him already. Like I thought you had to go through your dues and prove things before you're given those type of titles. And I've never seen a guy just burst on the scene and automatically just called like the best player in the world type of hype. But I don't know. It is what it is. I do think though, like I say, some of the hype is justified, but all of it's a little too much.
Can I say something too about that, bro? The fact that what happened to the days where we let things build up? What happened to those days? Like even back in the
think
days when Jordan, those guys like that, it took them a little time before they started giving them those type of titles. Now it's like if you have a good season, then all of a sudden you're up there. They don't look at consistency anymore. You know what I mean? It's just like who's hot right now, then that's the guy now. It's like, but you have to. You didn't even work like King said. This is your first year averaging over 20 points a game, and now all of a sudden now in this one season you're up there now. Like I don't understand how that works, man. Like I said, us growing up, we used to watch these dudes. They had to work for those titles. Best, top five player, best player in the league, best shooter, best closer, all that type of stuff. Man, you needed a larger sample size before you start getting those titles. Nowadays, they don't care anymore, man. Every year is switching who's the best player. Every year is switching who's the highest player. Every year is switching who would I rather build a team around. You don't look at consistency anymore. It's to the point that those consistent players aren't hot no more.
No.
Oh, you too consistent, man. I want to talk about this guy right here who did it for 6 months. He's the guy. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem.
right.
But
Yeah.
to cut back in on you, Rel, my thing with his hype is what is he the best at to have the hype?
Yeah.
It's like so when you have guys that come to like Michael Jordan, he came in the league his first year almost averaging 30 a game. So you knew this guy's a rookie putting up 30 points a game. He's something special coming out the door. And even then, it took him to like maybe the year after he broke his foot to be like, well, yeah, Mike, now he just keeps doing this. We can't stop this guy. We've seen him for 3 years now. He's that dude. Like Ja isn't. There's a lot of guys I can say that's averaging more points than Ja Morant. There's a lot of guys I can say that averages more rebounds than Ja Morant. There's a lot of guys that pass the ball way better than Ja Morant. So it's. I feel like I'm having a blind eye moment. Like I know Ja is good, but I just don't understand why the hype is as big as it is. If that makes sense.
Right. So I'm gonna say this with the hype with him. I think it's a little bit bigger than basketball when it comes to what he represents and the demographic that he's appealing to. So I would say that that's a big. He's more targeted towards this generation of basketball players, the social media giants, the kids of today that are playing the game. So I feel like that has a lot to do with where he's projected at. As far as his numbers, I mean, he's averaging 20. Let's see, he's averaging 27 a game. There are some that are averaging way more than that. You could say there's guys that are averaging getting more rebounds and assistant shots. That's true. I'll also say I have to agree with you. What is he the best at? Because to me, he's not a better player than Giannis. I don't see how you leapfrog Giannis, and he literally just won a title last year, and he's now
Literally.
been downgraded. How do you jump over him? Also, you're not he's not a better scorer than Steph Curry to me, in my opinion. Um, Ben just said Ja's better than Steph this year, so hey, um,
I agree with that one.
yeah. But overall body of work, I would say he's not better than Steph.
No.
But to this year, he is better. He's because Steph is floundering this year. You
Yes.
know, he's struggling, and nobody really wants to say it, but he is. Um, so
And
Ja's,
they want to hold on to the thought of Steph Curry. You know what I mean?
yeah.
They're
I mean,
talking
because the thing is that Steph is hitting that next level in his career as far as the
Twilight.
downside.
Uh-huh.
He's going
$33.
he's hitting that age to where you're not as productive as you once were. And you know, we love the mystique that is Steph Curry,
That's
but
it.
the reality is that he's on the other side of Father Time. Even though he's not a leaper, he's not, you know, he's never been known as a dunker or anything like that, but he's hitting that next thing. So yeah, I'll say that he is on the downside of his career. But to get back to what I was saying, Ja is what he's the face of what they want to be represented from the demographic that they're trying to chase. That's just my opinion. Um, and his hype, yeah, he deserves it because he's playing a style that is appealing. But as far as numbers wise, I really don't think that he should be in that top 5 MVP standing. I mean, he might be. I'd say, in my opinion, maybe 5, maybe 6, but I don't think he's leapfrogged some of these other guys like the Joker and Embiid and Giannis. I can't put him over those 3 guys, and I still can't even put him over Luka Doncic at this point.
Who do you have
Um,
as MVP, Daryl, so far?
right now, in my opinion, I would say Joel Embiid. And the only reason I would say Embiid is because of what he's been able to do going through the whole Ben Simmons saga and still being able to do that with their team. It may change a little bit now that Harden's there. Um, he may take a step back, but right now I would say Joel would be one. Um, honestly, and I'm not just saying this because y'all on here. Luka would be 2, and the Joker would be 3 for me. So those would be my top 3. Um, the playoffs may change. I mean, I know sometimes the voting changes up, but by the time the playoffs come, depending on what Dallas does, Luka may, in my opinion, leapfrog into that number 1 spot. Okay, so let's see some of the other comments. Um, Ben said, I can't see the Warriors doing well this year in PO. Clay is a shadow of his former self. Curry is aging. Draymond is aging too, with a bad back and can't stay healthy. Good young players, but not enough. Yeah, I mean, I can see where Golden State may struggle, but it all depends on what Draymond Green you get. Um, King has brought it to all of our attentions that team is driven by Draymond. Like their defensive rating is driven by him. When he's not in that lineup, they struggle and they struggle hard. Their record is showing that they're struggling without Draymond. So it just depends on what Draymond Green you get is how successful that Warriors team is going to be. Let's see.
Let me
Ben's
also throw in
also
there. Let me throw in there as well, Daryl.
okay. Go ahead.
That you've seen how bad or how much their defense is taking a dip since Draymond has been injured. You see like teams putting up 120 or whatever like that on them in
We just
regulation. And exactly. And they're still number 1 in defense. that shows you how great Draymond Green was and how much they had separated themselves with him back when I said he was Defensive Player of the Year before he got hurt and all. He separated them that far so that they could have this type of runs and still to this day be number one in defense.
Right. Yeah. I agree to that. I agree to that. Let's see. Ben said I can see the Clippers team mopping up Golden State if they get PG and Kawhi back.
I can see
Um,
But they're
I
not
can
getting
see
Kawhi
that.
back though.
I can see that too. If Kawhi was, I mean, I know that's a big if right now.
Have they
They
ruled him
They
said
out?
already, they already said what's coach name? Ty Lue already said he's not coming back this year.
Mm.
But PG,
yeah,
there's been reports that PG is trying to come back.
PG. I think last night when I was watching that beatdown that was on TV yesterday,
What was that?
they were saying that PG was a little bit closer to coming back more than Kawhi was. And they were also talking about how scary that team would be in a playoff series if they were to have PG and Kawhi with Norman Powell, Robert Covington, and their unsung hero Reggie Jackson right now.
Mm.
That would be a dangerous team to face with those pieces, but I don't see I don't think we're going to see Kawhi until next year. So
Yeah, so he's not coming
if I'm the Clippers, I'm not rushing PG or Kawhi back. I'm just gonna take this playoff for what it is. Right now they're what 8? They're 8 in the West right now.
back. I think
With
so.
just with that team that they're playing with, they're playing some good organized basketball, and I can't believe that I'm saying this, being that
I
I
know that hurts
root
you,
for
Daryl.
the
I know.
okay, I'm rooting for the other side of LA, but the Clippers are playing some good basketball without a star. You know, for them to be 8 and no superstar on the floor whatsoever, that's pretty impressive.
The only thing that go ahead, I'm sorry, bro.
No, go ahead, King.
I was gonna say the only thing that worries me about the Clippers is that they seem to run into bad luck a lot, and I think Kawhi Leonard's a free agent after next year, so you can't just give up on years. Plus, you can't guarantee that Kawhi's going to stay there. Like Kawhi is a different dude, and he'll decide to do different things. So I don't know. I feel like this whole experiment so far has been for nothing. Like even though they've made great strides and all without their two superstars, but it's the third year I think now, right? That they've been
Yeah,
together, and they're
this
probably not
third
going
year.
to the championship again. So usually there's a 4-year run, and they're gonna make a run at it next year, I guess. And then I don't know. It's just years, man. Once you start getting at a certain point in your career, it's tough. You can't give away things, and I just feel like it's just another year. Like when we see Kawhi coming back, he's going to be coming back as that or trying to get back to that Kawhi we saw that left. Who's to say the NBA doesn't leave him a little bit by the time he's trying to catch back up? So it's just
Right.
simple things that you just think about that may happen. So that's what scares me. But I do see the Clippers to agree. Go back to this. I think they could be Golden State if they had PG back. But that's if he can get back in time as far as getting himself as to being the number one guy for the team playing against them. I did have a question for you, Daryl, as well, though. Is it the first year ever that the Clippers has swept the Lakers? Is this?
Wait, they
I
swept
would
y'all?
have
I think they swept.
yeah, they beat us. They beat us the whole
They swept them.
all the meetings. They swept them. Yes.
Jesus.
That's
Okay.
horrible. Yeah.
In my memory, this is the first time that they've done it, and from what I remember, and the killer part about it to me is still no star whatsoever, and
Nope.
they've beaten this team with, if I'm not mistaken, they've beaten them with both LeBron and AD on the floor, and then with both of them by themselves.
Yeah.
So they just, I look at it as Ty Lue, you got your revenge, brother. You got your revenge. Since they didn't want to give you that extra year, you proved that you did your thing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
They swept
that
you. That's crazy. That's like
that was
Underrated coach, by the way, too. Ty Lue's underrated, bro.
yeah.
I would say Ty Lue, and I know this is something that we spoke about earlier, where I would say that Ty Lue is a better coach than Doc Rivers. He sat behind Doc, and was
I know you like that, King. I know.
yeah,
King love
but
that.
I feel like he's a better coach than Doc Rivers.
So a lot of coaches better than Doc Rivers.
Oh, okay. All right. We ain't gonna go there. We ain't gonna get
Hey,
into that one. But
I gotta agree with him. I think
I
Doc
mean,
Rivers is
I'm
overrated,
gonna
bro.
agree, but I ain't trying to ruffle no feathers today.
Oh,
Let's keep
okay.
it real.
I'm about to say we can go there, but
Now I agree too. Let's see. Got some more things. Luca's toe strain questionable for tomorrow. Rest or real. He should get away from those Jordan 35s low. Go back to the Zoom separate.
no, he been hooping in the separates.
Yeah, he been in the separates recently. Yep.
Yeah, pal, he been in the separates. I
Yeah.
haven't seen him hooping the 35 lows in a minute.
Yeah, he been in the separates. But I don't think it's any. I hope not.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything. I think listen, man, the dude been on fire, man. So
Yeah,
chances are it's probably just give him some rest. They're playing
yeah,
Sacramento, so
yeah.
they
It's
feel
probably
like
against Spencer and JB. Get some run together, and both of them get some points.
and hopefully this will be a
Free
game.
bingo space.
No, I'm just saying. Nice. It's Sacramento. Shoot, we couldn't beat Sacramento about a year ago.
Hey,
So
I'm waiting to see what King gonna say.
yeah,
What
I'm just asking.
I'm kind of disappointed Luka won't be playing. I hope he is playing because it's
I hope
Sacramento.
he is too. I
I'm
hope he
worried
is.
about Sacramento.
All right, Daryl, we got this one. I forgot to
Let's
show.
see.
And they got
Ja Morant.
Sabonis, the Maverick killer
Oh
now.
yeah. Oh, hopefully Maxi come back. We need him for that Sabonis matchup.
Oh boy, yeah. Okay, so Ja Morant is exciting even in plays he doesn't make. Brian Windhorst, actual recent headlines. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I feel like Windhorst feeds into narratives too, man. So
yeah, I only listen to Windhorst when it comes to trades. So
yeah,
I'm not really paying attention to what he's talking about as far as
opinion.
exciting even when he doesn't make plays. Does that make sense?
Man, I thought Luca was exciting because Luca looks like he shouldn't be doing it. Like that's what I get the excitement of watching Luca play when I'm like, but this guy shouldn't be. Look at him out here, like in his bag, just cooking. Like it's no way
Like
he's
dunking
doing
no
this.
cats. Like, you're not supposed to be
Yeah,
doing
like
that, bro.
he's not supposed to be doing any of this, like going past guys, like any of this stuff that's going on. So I thought it was exciting to watch basketball be played like a chess game. But I understand the Ja jumps and all, but it's been like Zion jumps. It's just players that jump. Like I don't know. I don't get it, man.
Well, hopefully by the end of this one we'll figure it out, bro.
It's that third seed. It got to be that third seed, but it's not like Memphis is trash without him. Memphis has a good record without an awesome record without him. So that they must have a good basketball team. That's the part I'm not getting. It's not like I just don't think it's not. I want to say he doesn't affect winning. I don't think he affects winning as much as they portraying him to affect winning.
Yeah, all right. So Ben says, "Hey, Kid Neil, I feel you, bro. Lakers are tough to watch this year, but at least you can comfort yourself in 17 titles, so it's not bad. Every dog has their day, and their off day." Uh, so I'm gonna say this real quick. I told real early I was gonna address this, and then I'm gonna back up off of it. So I'm gonna get on my soapbox real quick, and then I'm gonna jump off.
Hold on, let
So
me get comfortable here, man.
17 titles. A good half of those I wasn't even alive for, so I can't even, I can't relate with them.
How many can you remember?
How many? Five.
5. Yeah.
The three-peat in the back-to-back. Them the only ones I remember. I didn't jump out into.
Five.
I didn't jump out until 88, bro. That's so I don't remember nothing.
Five. You said I can't remember. I only remember 5. I remember 1.
17.
For Dallas. I remember 1.
Hey,
and you talking about you got 5 in my lifetime.
I'm just saying. He said 17. I can only remember 5.
Okay, I wish I had 5. I wish.
We should have 5. That's a subject for a different day, though.
Yeah, that's a different subject for a different day. I only remember 5. But as far as every dog has his day, yes, they do. The Lakers created this whole issue on their own. This is all their fault. more
Stop
so
inflicting.
their willingness to trade. And I, speaking the real early, I named off 10 players, 10 that are productive basketball players in this league that the Lakers mortgaged off to get Anthony Davis in LeBron. 10. And they're all still they're in their 20s. One is balling out of his mind in Washington right now. And I told Real last year the only reason that Kyle Kuzma struggled because he was in the shadow of LeBron and AD. Look at him now in Washington. You don't bring Julius Randle back because he doesn't mesh well with LeBron. Before the whole aspect of bringing them in, you get rid of D'Angelo Russell. You don't keep Jordan Clarkson. You move on. You get rid of Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma. You move all these players off, and now you have one championship and a dismal future that you are banking on in 2027 to bring you back to glory. And I know this is the Lakers. I know there's this mystique, but you got to look inside of the infrastructure of the team and look at the front office. What are you guys doing? Who are you listening to? Because when Kurt and Linda Rambis got more pull in the front office than Rob Pelinka, come on, man. You supposed to be the GM. You supposed to be the one running the team. How is it that somebody that was a constant role player his whole career has more to say? And I'm gonna take that back. You just so happen to be a part of Showtime. You wasn't a major contributor to Showtime. You happened to be a part of it. Because last time I checked, Magic Johnson, Kareem, James Worthy were Showtime. Byron Scott. Those guys were Showtime. You just happen to be on the roster. How do you have so much say? And how does your wife have so much say about this team? No, she's friends with Jeannie. Okay, whatever. You have to put together a productive basketball team. Me personally, I've talked to privately about this, and I'm gonna say it publicly. I didn't 100% agree with the Russ move. I didn't feel like it was a good fit. I felt like we would have been better off if we would have picked up DeMar DeRozan, which he wanted to come home and play basketball. He made no mistake about that. He wanted to come there. We would have been able to keep Caruso, keep KCP, because our whole defense is gone with those two players out of here. We have this. Watching that team is like watching paint dry. It's an eyesore to watch them play basketball because they're getting run out of the gym by everybody. I watched them go on a 14-0 run last night. And then all of a sudden only score 6 points in the third quarter. 6. And you go down to the Clippers, which have never swept you in your whole existence of being a basketball team. The Clippers have always been the little brother in LA. Always. And now you getting embarrassed on national TV, and you're going to get embarrassed tomorrow when Golden State pull up. You're going to get embarrassed tomorrow.
Is that in LA or is that in Golden State?
Either way, it's going to be a beatdown.
It don't even matter.
It don't matter, bro. And it's sad for me to say that. And I'm going to be realistic. I'm not one of them Laker fans that don't see the writing on the wall. I would shut LeBron down, call this season a wrap, play this 20 games, get where you going to get in the standings, and try to figure out what your next move is going to be in the offseason. You need to figure out what you're going to do with Russ. I wouldn't stretch that money out because you're going to handicap yourself for 4 years with $16 million on your books. Wouldn't do it. See, even my dog don't like to move. Even he don't like it. So go ahead.
I was just going to say, I know the Anthony Davis thing. I think it was a bad move as well. Not really a bad move. It was a win now move instead of looking at the future. I think LeBron thought he was getting older and saying, hey, I'm going to try to win a championship now instead of thinking I got all these guys on this team And maybe if I don't win these first 2 years, I could win 2 to 3 after that with these guys. And I think he just maybe chose the wrong decision. But hey, it's hindsight now. He may not have thought, I may not get another chance or whatever. He was getting older. But I also think AD wasn't supposed to be the number 2 guy even. The issue was when you guys screwed over Magic Johnson. Magic
Yes.
Johnson had Kawhi Leonard there. It was going to be like a dream team with AD, LeBron, and Kawhi Leonard. And Kawhi would have been the number 2 guy or whatever that was becoming the number 1 guy instead of Anthony Davis. And the whole Magic Johnson thing screwed that up. You still got AD, and you got a championship out of it. But AD, it was never meant to be the number 1 guy. And that's just been the issue, I feel like with him. LeBron, I had a conversation with my best friend today about LeBron James. I'm like, man, you know what? What you think about LeBron? I'm like, is LeBron even still top 10 in the NBA right now? And he said, you know what? I'm going to call him top 10. I'm like, I'm thinking about it. Like, is he really top 10? Like, it's crazy to get to that point. Like, we were arguing about him being top 5 last year. And now another year, like, is he even top 10? Imagining what he's going to possibly be next year. And I'm like, well, say it. What are you saying he is then? And he's like, well, he's probably just the best, the most gifted role player in the NBA now. And I'm like, you're saying he needs to be a role player now, right? And I'm like, I kind of agree with you. Like, it's getting to a point now where LeBron needs to be more of a role player. He does not affect winning as much as he used to. So yeah, he gets his numbers on old man ability and skills. He's going to always have that. But he should not be the guy that has to go out there and dictate the pace or the way a team plays and all. He's supposed to have spots. He's supposed to have spots where you need a guy to go out there and get you buckets in the fourth quarter. Okay, LeBron, go do your thing. All right, playoff buckets. Okay, LeBron, do your thing. A quick series where you expect him to go out there and play hard minutes. Okay. I just think they're asking LeBron to do too much. And it just scares me because it's happening. It's happening in front of our face. The league is getting better in front of LeBron. Like, even if you're saying LeBron's not dropping off that heavy, you're watching the rest of the league like just grow and become great. So next year, LeBron will be what, top 15, maybe top 20 in the NBA, maybe?
Jeez.
Like, are we not arguing? Is LeBron a top 10 player right now? If he is he just on the cusp?
But
Never
this is
thought
the thing
I'd
for
hear
me.
that.
This is the thing for me. King, you kind of hit some points, man, and you're right. I think when people say no, he's still top 5, they look at the numbers, but they're not looking at the impact. I kind of compare it to, you remember when Kevin Love was in Minnesota? I know I brought this example up before. He's putting the numbers up, but what was the impact?
Yes.
They weren't going anywhere. They were bottom in the league. They were constantly in the lottery every year with him putting those numbers up. That's what I kind of equate that to with LeBron. Like you said, yeah, it looks like the league is passing him up. Is what it looks like. And the fact that I think we've talked about this before, Daryl. I think I'll tell you this today. The Lakers were supposed to be in a position where Anthony Davis is supposed to take that mantle and be that guy.
Yes,
and
100%.
I've said this a million times. Anthony Davis has a number 1 skill set, but a number 2 mind frame. He's not a dog. He don't have no type of dog or that in him. You know what I mean? And I just kind of get sports upset when people would automatically throw him in the top 5 just because of his talent. Now, those other guys that you're putting in the top 5 have that dog in them to the point like, look, I'm gonna prove that I'm the best player in the league. Whether it be Steph, whether it be Giannis, whether it be KD, whether it be Kawhi, Luka, LeBron, any of those guys are trying to prove something. They're not going to let anybody else on the other team show that they're better than them. And AD doesn't have it. It's like, bro, you are set up in a perfect situation. You have LeBron playing with you. LeBron is giving you the keys to be the guy. You have the talent. You have to step up and want that. He does not have that drive, which is why I never put Kate. I've never in sports debates put AD as a top 5 player, bro. Never. He hadn't shown me anything.
Never.
You can't even will your team to get to the playoffs.
Never.
And it's like, and then on top of that, when you did get to the playoffs and finally get to the second round, and you really was riding on the back of Drew Holiday. He was the heart of that team.
Rondo.
Which is why they fell off. Even with Anthony Davis being on that team. So I'm just like I said, man, to me, man, like, talented guy, he's not a number 1. He's not a number 1. So I
doesn't have that.
If you can't get rid of LeBron, I would trade AD. He's younger, and you might be able to get something more, more for him in a trade if you trade AD. Because to me, man, I feel like he's a hindrance, man. You know what I'm saying?
AD for Damian Lillard,
Why not? Yeah, Damian Lillard will go out there and show you more heart.
and then go try to get rid of Russell Westbrook.
Carry this mouse to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
Hold up,
Like we see him carry
hold
to
up
the playoff.
I got an idea for you. You do AD and maybe someone else for Damian Lillard, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you trade Russell Westbrook back to OKC with a draft pick.
That opens up your cap space.
And then you go get someone else. Yep. That's you the Lakers. Go grab somebody else and have somebody want to come and get paid. You just want to get rid of the contract so you have the space. Go get another contract, right? Because you're the Lakers. You're not worrying about drafts.
You're not.
Yeah, you got no choice now unless they get a draft pick back because, like you said earlier, Daryl, you're not going. You don't have you technically don't have your own draft pick until 2027.
You don't care about the draft. Get rid of you. Send Russ back to OKC for his last year of his contract. OKC will take a draft pick. They'll pay him for that 1 year, especially with it being Russell Westbrook. They probably have no problem paying Russ that 40 for 1 year.
Do y'all have a draft pick to send back?
Something in the
27 draft pick?
Yep.
The 27 one?
You're gonna have to get rid of that. Yes, you're gonna have no draft. I'm being dead serious. The Lakers don't use draft. Like,
what have y'all? Man.
Who have they drafted? Think about it though in their career. I mean, in their franchise's history since the 80s, after Magic Johnson and
you mean like a franchise player?
Yeah, who have they drafted?
Nobody.
They don't draft guys.
The only person. Yeah, we lucked. If it wasn't for Jerry West, there wouldn't be no Kobe Bryant in the Lakers jersey.
Exactly.
We snatched him from Charlotte. So that some people would try to say that, but if you did your history, you would know that was a trade. There wasn't no draft pick from us.
Yeah.
After that, it's been I mean, to me, that was a steal. Anybody after Kobe Bryant in that aspect, there hasn't been a star that was drafted by the Lakers. There's always been a bunch of role players. There's been a bunch of pieces to add, but there haven't been since Magic Johnson. There hasn't been a star drafted by the Lakers. That's 100% correct. We'll just see. We'll see. I'll be paying attention. I might even dedicate a little bit more time to the Lakers during the offseason. But like I said in the comments yesterday on We Talk Math, Lakers are dead. Kill it. It's over. Hang it up. Throw in the towel.
You got to trade LeBron, man. I keep telling y'all that. I know it's like get rid of AD. You got to get rid of Bron too because Bron's already telling you he's going to leave. Like when he did that, I feel like that basically told the Lakers you got to make that move. Like one of our feet are going to be against the fire. And like, if we don't make the move, LeBron's going to do it to us. Like LeBron's going to do it to y'all where he's going to walk away and just be like, okay, I'm going to play with Bronny now. So y'all better get ahead of it. Cause I think this whole regime is just done. Like this is just the LeBron regime in LA is over. Just blow it up and just grab someone else, grab a Damian Lillard, grab another hometown dude that's a star, a Jason Tatum, go grab some of these dudes and try to start
Right now, the Lakers don't have the best decision makers in place. They've alienated one of the greatest GM player personnel people I've ever known in Jerry West. They burnt a bridge with Magic Johnson.
Yep.
So they just not. We'll see. All right, let's see what okay, Pavel said, I think he switched back to the 35s last game.
I'm going to have to look at the replay. I could have sworn
he did. He did. He had on the black 35s. He did.
Wait, was him?
I thought it was Luka that had on the dark 35s or whatever. I thought he did.
You might be right, Pavel. You might be right. You ain't been wrong before, so
yeah, I think it was Luka. You're usually Pavel. You're right. Usually
Pavel usually be on it. So yeah,
I think
you probably
right. The black and white ones. I think he had on.
I'm just so used to seeing him in them
separate.
Separation,
yeah.
Ooh, Ja Morant is like the modern day Allen Iverson.
Yes.
Random take I saw today. Thoughts?
Yes.
So King got a yes. Real, you know what I said earlier today, bro. We had this
Yes.
conversation.
I'm just afraid to put him in that. I don't know, bro.
His
No,
handle is not as good. He's like a mixture between that Derrick Rose, Russell Westbrook, Allen Iverson, like a
Like a
that
hybrid, all of
more
them put together,
yeah, that put together in a way.
like a Dragon Ball fusion technique.
Yeah, like if they fused and got the kind of the best
Just get
parts of
that.
each one of them. Yeah, like
Yeah.
seriously, though, like the best parts of
yeah,
each one of them and like fused together. He's that. He's Ja Morant's a beast. Like I think Ja Morant is generational as well. Like one dude you see once a lifetime and all that, but I just don't think
I'm,
man, Ja
I'm
Morant.
I'm not there yet with the generational either.
I
Like we've
think
seen, we're naming off other players that he reminds us of. You know what I mean? And so,
who's as efficient? That's my question. The thing is that he's efficient. Who's a small dude that's as efficient as him?
but the thing is, if you think about it, throughout time, players have gotten even more efficient as time went on. The players of the 90s were more efficient than players of the 80s. The 80s were more efficient than the players of the 70s. If y'all look at some of those players back in the 60s and 70s, their numbers, these dudes were shooting like high 30s, low 40s. That was the norm around that time.
And
Then in the 80s and so forth, 90s, now you got guys shooting in the 45 to 50% range. Efficiency is more targeted now than it was back in those days.
I
So,
agree with you. I
but I
agree with
see
you.
what you're saying though.
I
It's
agree. But Kobe shot what 46%. That was a good year.
yeah.
46, right?
But
Luca
players
right now
like Jason Tatum and them are now shooting like,
46. Around the same thing.
47, 48 now. You know what I mean?
I think they're shooting 46. That's what I'm saying. But like Luca, he's shooting 45, 46 this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. Ja Morant shooting over 50% from the
No, I'm
field.
not saying he's not good. It's just
Hold on, I know you're not saying it, but
yeah.
even the Allen Iverson thing, like so, Allen Iverson was playing in the league with like not LeBron. He was playing with LeBron, but that's not his prime.
Nah,
With
I know what you
Kobe
mean.
and all, he's playing back then with Kobe. Kobe was getting like 46 as far as his percentage. AI was getting like 43% because
Yeah,
he's a
like 42,
smaller guy.
43.
It's always that pound for pound. We know his percentages take a hit because it's harder for him to score.
Mm-hmm.
Ja Morant is in the league shooting 50%. That's the part I'm like that's. He's a little guy. He's a 6'3" guy, 6'2" guy that's like 170 pounds. That's getting to the rim and shooting over 50% at the rim. Like that's amazing. I have to give credit where credit is due. It's not a lot of guys that can do that, especially at his size, especially when it's talking about a smaller guy. Allen Iverson. The reason he's compared to Allen Iverson is because he's not as big and bulky as like even a Derrick Rose was or a Russell Westbrook. Like he's not. He doesn't have that body shape yet. So they're saying he's more like AI. For him to be able to score that efficiently and that high, like he's averaging almost 28 a game as well. That's amazing, man. Like I gotta give it what it is.
yeah,
I
I
don't think you
agree.
add something on that, Daryl.
Nah, I agree with. I ain't gotta add nothing else. He is efficient as they come for
Yeah,
that size. I will add this. I do think in the future, and I think I heard you say this too, King. He probably needs to bulk up a little bit because of his style of play. But you, he's generational in my opinion as well. I've been watching him since even before Murray State with all the highlights. So I seen his grind and his work. I love Ja. Um, but the go back to the previous what we was talking about earlier, his hype is because of the comparison. I mean, even and then when you have AI put his MVP trophy up and then hang Josh jersey off of it, come on, man.
Yeah.
You know, like that's even more of a stamp for him to be in that same comparison with AI.
Somebody back to my friend, my best friend, he told me this statement earlier when I was talking to him about Luca and about this MVP conversation. And he said these guys are having their best years and they're comparing them to other folks. So like Ja Morant is now last year, Trae Young was having an awesome year. They compared him to Steph Curry. They were like, oh, he's having a Steph Curry. These years are like peak years where it's like, man, we're trying to find out what they are. And Trae Young being compared to Steph Curry. And we see it's been rocky roads or whatever in between as far as him trying to stay at that peak level.
Right.
Ja Morant right now, we're talking about him as being on a level with maybe Allen Iverson at his peak or Derrick Rose and stuff like that at their peaks. and we've never seen this before. This is the first time with that. We get bored with Luka Doncic because Luka Doncic's numbers are better than LeBron James's. Like it's a proven fact. This stuff is better than LeBron. So his is now a regular. It's like a boring stat because he can, as a fat guy, average 25, 8, and 8. And so when I heard him say that, I'm like, man, that does make sense. Like they're trying to find the next hype or the next big thing, but it's right in front of their face, but they can't believe it. So they're trying to compare other guys to it. And it is what it is now, man. It's just, I think it's Dallas, it's Mavs fans. We see that and we're like, man, Luka's been doing this. We've been saying we got a guy generational for at least 3 years. Rookie year, we saw he was generational. We were like, go ahead and prove it his second year. By his second year, coming up dropping 20. Luka's second year, he was dropping more than Ja Morant did this year. He dropped his career high his second year. Where he was doing 28, 9, and 9 just about. And we were like, man, this man is generational. He's do it in the playoffs, win a first round series, win something. Okay, he didn't win it. The next year he came out, he had a decent year, changed his game around mid-range and things like that because he was dominant at the rim his first 2 years. Went in the playoffs, okay. He lost his 2 series against 2 of the best perimeter defenders ever, like probably top 10 ever, both of them. And Ja Morant still hasn't won a playoff series yet. And I'm not hearing, well, go win a playoff series. I'm hearing he's the best player in the NBA possibly. I'm like, well, that's why the hype is too much for me and it bothers me. Like, if that's the case, Luka should have been the best player in the NBA. What he did in the Olympics, what he's been doing so far in the playoffs, the most decorated scorer in the playoffs history, just in general of his game, he should have been the best player in the NBA. But I just feel like the as Rel says, the goalpost is just pushed further and further away. Every time it's like for Luka, they just keep trying to find it's been Jason Tatum. Is Jason Tatum better than Luka Doncic? We've been through that conversation. It's been is Trae Young better than Luka Doncic? We've been through that conversation. Is Ja Morant better than Luka Doncic? And now we've been through that conversation. They wanted to throw a little bit of Zion in there last year.
Oh yeah, man, I remember that too. Jesus.
So
man.
it's just and Luka actually, if I'm not mistaken, probably has a winning record against every single one of them, head to head. So I don't know what to say. Yeah, I don't know. He has a winning against Ja. I believe he might not against Jason. It may be like even with Jason Tatum. If not, we might have the advantage now. And then I think we have the advantage over Trae Young as well. So
I want to ask this real quick. Speaking of Jason Tatum, do we feel that Jason Tatum does not get enough credit for how good he actually is?
He does not get enough credit.
I agree.
I don't know why. I don't know why. It's confusing to me. And I think he mentioned that on the podcast that he was the JJ Redick podcast. It's the fact that like it's kind of like with the whole Luka thing. These guys have been consistent since they've been in the league, and like King just said, I guess folks just bored with it. So we, like I said before too, we live in a society, a microwave society where we want everything instant. We want everything. Our attention spans are very short. So we see these guys constantly doing this. So like, okay, we already seen you averaging 30, 10 and 10 in the playoffs or whatever. We already seen that. You've done it every year you've been in the league. Oh, this guy was flying. Let's go, leech our attention to this guy. You know what I mean? And that's the part that I don't like, because I feel like, guys like Jason Tatum and them get hurt by narratives and stuff like that, man. And because of people's short attention spans, they get hurt by that, which starts costing them money. I think we already touched on that before. And so,
because didn't it cost them like 30
million.
30 million.
The narratives. Matter of fact, it was a year he was dropping 50 and 60 and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
And those narratives hurt him to the point that he did not make the All NBA team, any of the All NBA teams, to get his max extension. Yeah. Getting a regular, a super max extension. Getting a regular max extension.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hasn't he taken his team to the Eastern Conference Finals twice now?
Yep.
So he's been there twice now. So it's a bunch of different things that equal out to like being, I guess, on a pedestal as far as like levels. It's your success, I guess, in the playoffs with your team. It's the quality of your team, like how much do you have to do and how much do you contribute to your team's success, and it's raw numbers. It's usually those three things. So based off of that, how is So when they were arguing and saying Trae Young was now in a conversation with Luka Doncic, how did he pass Jason Tatum? What does Trae Young do enough on raw numbers to pass Jason Tatum, where you're like, Jason Tatum as a rookie was leading his team to the Eastern Conference Finals, and then did it again in the bubble, I believe it was, right? Did he go in the bubble?
Yeah.
That was the year they went
Oh
to the conference
no. It
finals?
was they got beat in the second round of the bubble.
That wasn't
Or
the
Eastern
third round.
Conference Finals
I
in the
thought,
bubble.
I thought Miami beat
No,
Giannis.
second round. Yeah, second round of the bubble. I mean, they lost to Miami.
I thought Miami beat Giannis in the second round.
No, they beat them in the wait.
And I thought they beat him in the Eastern Conference Finals. Because Bam had the block.
Yeah.
That was
That's
the
you
Eastern
right.
Conference Finals.
You right,
So
King.
so it's okay.
Yeah, it was the Eastern Conference Finals. So he was in the Eastern Conference Finals that year. That's what I'm saying. Like, they just keep putting people over people, and it's like, well, what does he have to do to be in that level? Like, it's the same argument I have with CP3 and them. Like, why isn't CP3's worth like valuable and it isn't seen? Like, what does he have to do? What more does CP3 have to do as a player to get the just due for what he does for teams? When he went to OKC and made them the number 4 seed, that should have just changed everything. Like, man, this dude took OKC, that same basic team that's there right now. He had them as the number 4 seed.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say this, man. Chris Paul been doing this. Like, this ain't the first time that I know that OKC was the most impressive turnaround. But think about them Hornet teams that he was on.
Yeah.
Even what I'm saying, he been doing it. He brought the Clippers out the gutter.
Yeah.
Just being real. Like, he brought them out of the gutter. Some players are always victim of circumstance by media, is what I mean. Some players just fall victim to the circumstance of the media and the narrative that is pushed on certain players. Man, these comments are racking up. Let's see the next one.
Yeah.
Ethan says Colin Cowherd suggests trading LeBron for Hero, Robinson, one more player, and some picks. I wouldn't frown.
I know you're gonna say yeah.
I wouldn't frown on that. I wouldn't frown because I like Hero. Duncan Robinson would give you some shooting.
That's 2 shooters right there.
Yeah, I don't see Miami parting with Hero because of the way that their structure of their team is right now. They actually, to me, Miami needs Hero. Like that, he's a big part of their run.
He's their only creator. Technically, he's their only creator.
Yeah, I don't see them part with Hero like that. Not for an aging LeBron, but
you would take that though. You would take Hero.
I would take Hero.
You would take. I would have went for somebody more. That's like that can be that guy. You think Hero can be that guy for you?
I think Hero could be a solid
to a championship team. He could be a piece to a championship team.
He could be a solid piece to a championship team. So my thought process in this whole thing is, do you take this or do you take him walking away completely and getting nothing?
Yeah, you're right. Another team not gonna give you
get a draft pick.
Another team not gonna give you much for him. But I would think just getting. So I'd have went for somebody on the team where he looks like somebody's trying to be the guy on the team, maybe where they're not really winning. Where you like, if he goes to another atmosphere, he may actually do something better. Like I just feel like with that one, you're still building on something. You got to believe AD gonna be that guy. Then
that's what I'm about to say. You still gonna have AD.
You're still missing your
Tyler Hero. So
yeah,
something.
You just got something, but that's not making you. That's not putting you over the top. I don't even think that guarantees you like a high playoff seed with AD being that guy.
That's just making them. That's just getting you in position. Yeah,
I got
yeah. That's getting in a better position.
Give you the position to make another move.
Understood.
Right. Down the line, and then like you said, with us being LA, somebody else gonna want to come.
Yeah, exactly.
So you get that move and you move, make it look a little bit better. All right.
That's crazy. LeBron. We're talking about LeBron James for Hero and for Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson, man.
Yeah. Miami would never.
We're in 2020, and you're saying Miami would never do it. We're in 2022. Yeah. This is crazy.
Huge overpay for a 37-year-old LeBron who is more interested in stat padding and saving his body on defense than winning chips.
You had to pay
I
him.
mean, at 37 years old, you shouldn't be carrying a team at 37. You have to take that into consideration.
But y'all had to pay him. You had to pay him. Same way you pay Kobe. You had to pay
Yeah,
him.
you got to pay him. And
He want you to chip. You have to pay him.
I love Kobe. Y'all know my love for Kobe. Kobe's contract handicapped us for years.
Yep.
I love Kobe.
And on top of that Miami thing, they will still have Butler there. So it's not like LeBron got to carry the team over there in Miami. You got Butler.
I'd be worried about Miami shooting though.
So that's what I was thinking. I was waiting on when you got
they did that trade.
Taking away the shooting.
Yeah.
That would be the one reason I would say Miami wouldn't pull the trigger, because you're taking away both of their shooters.
Yeah.
They don't really need playmakers.
You're making them older. And you're making them older. Because you got to think about it. You got Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry, and LeBron.
And PJ
You're making them older. Yeah.
All right. I mean, I don't know what Miami needs, to tell you the truth. Miami building their team to be like just a team.
Just gonna beat you up.
Yeah, they just want to be a team. They don't want a superstar. They want to. I mean, Jimmy Butler's the closest thing he has to a superstar. And they just want a team. I don't think they want to mess that team up because they just have guys that are awesome at their roles. They have awesome role players.
I agree. It's just LeBron's stands effort to help him win one more ring. I think that window to win one more ring is closed.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I think he wanted that one more though. One more would have been big.
Yeah,
one more, that 5 would have been huge.
Yeah, having one less.
Yeah, having the same as Kobe, the same as Magic.
One less than Mike.
So like all those conversations now, because if he got a Finals MVP, where they talk about the greatest of all time, it'd have made the door, or it'd have evened it out a little bit more. It's right now maybe 70-30. It'll probably been maybe like 55-45. I think if LeBron could have got one more, because that the same argument that Jordan could have over LeBron as far as the ring and having one more and all that, LeBron's gonna have that argument over him as far as the stats, the overall career and all, as far as one up in Jordan and all that stuff. So it'd have been a closer argument, but I think that door is done though, man. Like you said, I thought when the bubble ring happened, I looked at it and said that's the last ring LeBron's going to get. He got it a little easier than he was supposed to, because I feel like the basketball gods blessed him at all the stuff he had to go through as far as like the 71 win team and all, but 73 wins, sorry. But yeah, man, I think that ship is done. I don't think LeBron's getting another championship.
Yes, sir. Okay, let's do another one. Russ looks stressed lately. Yeah, man.
How much longer y'all think Russ got in the league?
You know what? I hate to say this. I hate this. I hate to say this. The Russ may be a situation like Melo was. He might be in that situation to where the look of how Russ is gonna end up putting him in a spot to where like Melo ended up being in. Yeah. That makes sense.
Melo became a shooter though, like a spot up shooter,
and that's the problem. Like
I don't think Russ
try to build onto a skill. He figured that he's gonna be athletic for his whole entire career, and he just didn't build onto a skill, which why he looks so bad right now, because you're losing your athleticism, but you didn't have a skill to fall back on.
What team is going to want him? Like the way Russ is playing right now, there are a bunch of point guards that aren't even all-star point guards that are better than Russell Westbrook.
Exactly. And he still thinks he's not doing anything wrong. So that's the mind frame that a lot of people don't want to deal with too.
Yeah. So I feel sorry for Russ, man. He's home getting booed and all that. Like, this is
maybe New York.
New York. I'm telling you, OKC. You get rid of him to OKC. That's the only place y'all got a chance. Why not? Like, so if he has a last hoorah, you don't think OKC would give it to him?
I do. I believe they would.
I'm kind of on the fence about the OKC thing, because they got two young guards that they're trying to groom it up to be the next thing on their team, in Giddey and Shea Gilders.
They ain't winning next year. I don't think they're gonna win next year. Like, I think they're still far enough in the future where they're like they'll do it for Russ. I think they'll do one year, one go around for him next year. If you add draft picks, why not? Like next year, Russell Westbrook probably would take him to the highest level he could be if he played on OKC. Like they may actually fight for a playoff spot if he plays for him.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Russ is scoring more efficiently since his last year in OKC. I mean, he could be, but the
We talking eye
turnovers
test
and
here.
It don't look like
the
it. Yeah, I mean,
turnovers
if
and
he is.
the magnifying glass of being in LA is his detriment and his
Yeah.
yeah, because it doesn't matter if he's more efficient than what he was in OKC. His turnovers and the whole
The
situation
impact.
is just not good.
Yeah.
It's more that's overshadowing that efficiency.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No cap, LeBron should be a spark off the bench like late career Dwayne Wade was.
Dang.
He would be great for 20 to 25 minutes a game.
Damn, man, y'all be going hard.
Jesus.
Maverick fans go hard on Braun. I don't think he's that far yet. I think
I don't
LeBron
think
is
he is
still
either.
at a higher level than Dwayne Wade was. Like
Way
Dwayne Wade, like his cliff went heavy. It was injuries and all. Like LeBron hasn't been through as much as Dwayne Wade. He another one of those guys that was undersized for his position that went inside and went to throw his body around, the AI types and stuff like that. And you see what happened to him. And Dwayne Wade, not even like a small dude.
And if say he weighed like 215, 220.
That's what I'm saying. He still got beat up and all.
Yeah.
So that's what I say about the weight and all. But I think LeBron is still a starter. Like LeBron is still an all-star type.
He just
level.
should not be the guy who's be dependent on every night.
Yeah,
he should be like you said, a glorified role player.
Role player, like he should be that number 2, number 3 guy on the team. That's his place right now.
Okay, Zen Queen Neptune says the past 4 seasons of the NBA have been watching a lot of injuries and others who are great players normally or expected to.
Yeah, it's because of all that shifted time in between.
The
season starting quick and then stopping, and people been getting hurt. So hopefully
that
next year.
Step up, but unfortunately injuries put out Dame, Kawhi, and other folks who were supposed to be the dude. Anthony Davis was supposed to be Bron's 2-man, but he's been a disappointment as well. I would say disappointment is an understatement.
I
but
just thinking that, bro. I swear I was thinking that, man.
Are y'all gonna turn on Anthony Davis the way y'all did on Pau Gasol? It might be warranted.
Wait, when y'all turn on Pau Gasol?
We told you that in the last NBA video where they were like, a lot of Lakers fans don't give him as much credit as we feel like he deserves. But man, Anthony Davis, he gonna leave y'all and go to Chicago. Like Anthony Davis, why did y'all get Anthony Davis, man? Like,
I mean, the promise is what was sold on for Anthony Davis.
I
was high on Anthony Davis. I was high on AD. Like
I told you my opinion of Anthony Davis, man. I never saw him as a top 5. I never saw him I just never saw that dog in him like those other top 5 guys or guys that's in the conversation for top 5. So
I was real high on AD.
I thought he was more like a Kevin Garnett dude. Like I feel like he may be more skilled than he's more skilled than Kevin Garnett, but I feel like he got that. I don't want to say fake dog because KG go out there and talk that smack. But I mean, actually, when you look at the numbers, as far as KG like not wanting the ball in the fourth quarter and all, me and Raul always talk about this. I remember those times when people were like, "Come on, KG, win the game," and all. He was giving it to Troy Hudson and stuff like that. Fourth quarter,
Trent Hassel.
That's how
even Spreewell
went over there and took over the team. Cassell and Spreewell, yeah, all those guys. So what I'm saying, so when he did all that, I think Anthony Davis fits more in that mode. Like he wants to be that guy where he can give you all the defensive stats, give you some stats on offense and all, but it shouldn't be up to him to win the championship. Even when they won the championship, remember Kevin Garnett was not the Finals MVP. He deferred.
He was a third option. Like I told you
and Ray Allen, exactly. Yeah. Like he was defensive player of the year, but he just did his role. He was an extreme role player. He said, "I'm gonna go play defense and make shots," and he did that, and he went and won a championship. So I just think Anthony Davis fit more in that mode. He wasn't when people were comparing him to like Tim Duncan. I'm like, they're crazy. Like, did you watch this? That's Anthony Davis is nowhere near Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Nope.
Their careers are nowhere near each other. and they're peers.
And
not
remember,
gi-
for the longest,
I'm
they
not.
said that he was better than Giannis. Remember
Yeah.
that?
I'm not giving you Tim Duncan. That's just a
That's
complete
disrespectful,
slap
bro.
in the
Like,
face.
Hold up. Giannis is disrespectful.
I understand, but Timmy, no.
Timmy is disrespectful.
I
both
get
of
what
them
you're
are
saying.
disrespectful.
I get what you're saying, King. I'm agreeing with you, but I'm not giving them Tim Duncan. I'm not.
Yep.
I can't.
Giannis is a bona fide top 75 player.
Bro, who said Tim
Bona
Duncan?
fide.
Was that Kendrick Perkins, bro?
That said
Kendrick
what?
Perkins?
Sound like
About
sound
That
like
Anthony
sound like
Davis.
Kendrick
JK.
Perkins'
Yeah,
opinion,
he
bro.
said that. He said he's more skilled than Tim Duncan. He's a better Tim Duncan. I think he's this. Yeah, he said that.
I'm
He
done,
said
bro.
that.
We cutting this short.
Kendrick Perkins said that. He did.
Daryl, hit the
Next.
button. We're not doing this no more.
Next.
We're not doing this no more, boy. Y'all wonder why I tell you don't send me nothing from Kendrick Perkins. I be telling y'all that, bro.
All right, that bit.
Y'all
Ethan
going
said,
too hard
being
on
true,
Bron.
you know, he wouldn't come off the bench ever. No, I don't see Bron coming off the bench nowhere yet.
He shouldn't. Why would he?
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't
he's
see-
LeBron James. Why should you? He's not Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook should come off the bench.
let's see.
LeBron James is
Zen
still a starter in the
Queen.
NBA. Y'all going
Yeah.
too far.
Yeah, Zen Queen Neptune says a lot of folks looking stressed. LeBron walked off the floor after losing to the Mavs because he's seeing the writing on the wall. He needs either more help or to leave. True. He's probably
Y'all not getting no help, so you might as well go ahead and leave, bro.
Yeah.
he gonna do the latter. We already see it coming. Like it is what it is.
He probably got knowing LeBron, he probably got a contract kicker. I was saying it to y'all, where you can't do no trade contracts anymore or clauses, but he probably has it where they have to double his contract if he gets traded.
Right.
Like that, yeah.
So it's probably whatever his year is, he makes 40 mil, whatever, they probably had to pay him 80 mil. So that's a big decision to make. The Lakers can do it. That's a lot of money to give somebody to get him off your team, though.
Johnny Bravo say
Johnny.
#Glow Gang. What up?
Jeez.
All right. Ben says up. All right, what's up? Thank you for rocking with us. Ben also says he can play with Bronny on the Shanghai Sharks. Oh man,
Y'all crazy. Bronny,
what's up, man?
Bronny gonna be a first-round draft pick, though.
Come
bro,
on,
why you going
Ben.
in on LeBron, bro?
Ben.
I told you the Mavericks fans hate LeBron.
Ben, don't do him like that, Ben.
But y'all should be hating on Dwayne Wade.
Oh my God.
Circumstances, man. Like,
is it because they was laughing at Dirk in 2011?
Yes,
That's why they hate him. Like
it is. That was Wade. That's more Wade, man. Bron was just being Bron. It was his boy.
Yeah.
That's his boy. But I think Bronny, though, I wouldn't be surprised if Bronny drafted by the Dallas Mavericks.
Man, hey, Chat Sports brought that up, bro.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Mark Cuban pulled something like that, because he wouldn't have to pay Bron a bunch. Bron gonna be on the low. Bron gonna be a vet minimum at that point just to play with Bronny. Why wouldn't you?
Do y'all think that y'all's record? Do y'all think that y'all's record would be that low for him? Because I think he's gonna be a high.
Well,
I think he's gonna be a high.
I don't know, because right now I think he's gonna be a low first round.
If he was not LeBron James' son, he would not be in the first round. That's how I feel. Right. I feel right now, he still got years to develop, obviously, but right this second, if we put him in the league, he's not
right
a first
now.
round.
I think he'll probably be a high first, low second round. He's not there yet, bro. If you talking right now, he might get there, but right now,
he's like high second round, maybe low second round. That's what I think he is. With LeBron being on him, though, saying I'm gonna be on the team, if LeBron still has anything left where he's like a 20-something point game scorer, that's going to raise his stock. Like, if he keeps falling down the board, especially if he gets to a winning team, think about that. Think if you like a team that's like the Golden State Warriors or something that's winning. They got a late draft pick, and no one's picked up Bronny James yet. And I can get LeBron James for the low. This is basically me signing LeBron James. Why wouldn't you?
I think the only way that would happen, too, is like OKC or somebody who got like multiple first-round picks. You have a chance to gamble on something like that. We don't have multiple first-round picks. Like, bro, no, we need to make a good pick.
But say we don't. Say we like the Lakers. Say we're winning. What I'm saying is, say you're a team where you don't expect draft to do much for you. Like, think of anybody right now, like the Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks aren't looking for draft right now. They have a team, and they're just trying to be better to win again. If they could go and say, you know what, I'm about to add LeBron James to my team just to draft this year, like, they wouldn't give up a first-round draft pick for LeBron James? And any other, if he's still worth it, you wouldn't give up a first round draft pick for 1 year of him. If you were a team
at the age
if
of
you pick
39,
the
I'm
30s,
not sure about that one, bro.
if you pick in the 30s, if you're picking in the 25s, the 30s, and all that, you wouldn't give up a first round pick for LeBron James.
At the age
I'd
of
get up. I
That's
would
what I'm saying. That you wouldn't give that up.
I don't
because
know,
you can
bro.
because you
39 years
use
old.
you using LeBron in a 10 to 15 minute spurt
Yeah,
at that point.
Just for LeBron
Yeah.
in that 1 year, if he's not your guy, I'm saying you already competing. So you got Drew Holiday, whatever like that, but you add LeBron James to that on the top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, hell no! I'm trading. You can have 28. For LeBron 28, man. Come on, man.
Yeah,
You can have 28. What? 28?
real.
Okay, go ahead.
That's real. Straight up, like for real. Let's get another request. Okay. Amount Stack says Ja scares me when it comes to longevity. Going for posters is bad for your health. Knock on wood. Yeah, he gonna have to beef it up.
Yeah, we
Definitely.
Even that dunk he had the other day when he caught a body, I was scared. I was like, if he'd have pushed him just any type of way.
Oh, that guy he dunked on leaned back a little bit further.
That's what I'm saying. If he'd have just pushed up any type of way at all to try to defend himself, Ja would have went down the awkward way.
It'd have been hard. Yeah. Okay, Johnny is King. This is the first time being white is used against somebody. They treat Luka that was because he's white and not
because
American.
he's white and not American. Yeah. I don't know if it's the white thing. I keep trying to stay away from that. I watched Steve Nash get love. You feel me? Like Dirk. So I feel like you have to get love, on a different level when you're a white guy in the league because they're the minority in the league. So I go back to Dirk a lot because I'm a Maverick fan, guys. If you don't know, we talk Mavs every game day. We do that. Cheap plug. But when I watched like Dirk play, Dirk was able to finally get an MVP and all, getting that conversation. But the part that hurted about watching Dirk's game is because after that next year or the year where he won the MVP and they didn't win that playoff series, it's like they used that against him for the rest of his career. Where even if he had a year where he was like looking like the best player in the league and he should be MVP and the Mavs are winning a bunch of games, they would go off of old records and say, nah, Dirk, you can't get this MVP because we gave it to you back in 2007 and you had to get it at home or something like that. And I felt like that wasn't fair. And I felt like that has to do with him being European and all, because we've seen guys like James Harden fail over and over again and be in the conversation top 2 for MVP every year. Giannis was failing for a second. He was in the MVP conversation as well, getting 2 MVPs. So it does. I feel like being that European, they're quicker to want to jump off of you when you're a white European guy, because as Daryl said earlier, it's about the demographic, and a lot of black guys in the urban streets watch NBA basketball. So they're looking up to guys like Ja Morant and all. They see Ja Morant instead of seeing the Luka Doncic or so. So it's true. But I do think he still has the opportunity because at the end of the day, the skill is just a skill. The talent is a talent, and it speaks for itself. And at some point, it's up to Mark Cuban, really, as I keep saying on the show. Mark Cuban has to surround him with the team, has to get the job done, because we already see it. He's already a Hall of Famer. He's basically a Hall of Famer already if you go off his overseas and his current NBA career. And it's up to Mark Cuban to make him the next level, to decide if he's going to be an all-time great, just an okay great, top 20, top 10, top 30 player. So I say it's more Mark Cuban, man. I think the media, like I said, going for who they should go for, as Daryl said earlier, they're going for who they think is the most relatable guy, but Luka can do it. I'm not worried about that.
Okay. Next comment. Ja hype. Where's Zion?
It is Zion hype.
Zion is somewhere nursing the foot. Okay.
Remember this guy? He used to be able to jump. Remember? Yeah. He was the next Jordan and all that stuff. Just because you can jump, he's putting up numbers. Vince Carter was an awesome shooter, an awesome dunker, not just an awesome dunker, a great 3-point shooter and all that. He's not on Kobe's level. They don't talk about him now saying he's with Kobe. They don't do that. Why? Because being an awesome jumper and all and having highlights isn't all it is. It's about the lowest, about the skill, about putting in Kobe, maybe the most skillful player ever. Kobe is one at the level. As far as Kobe, he didn't have big hands. Kobe Bryant wasn't the athlete as far as the jumper like LeBron and Jordan was at that level. Like LeBron, Kobe had to overachieve for what he did because it took the skill and it took the hard work for him to do that. Jumping high doesn't only do it. That's why I'm saying I'm missing something. What am I missing from John? It's not like I want to be a hater, but what am I missing?
Right. I feel you. I feel you. Let's see. Amount Stack says, I think it's more European bias
That's
than
what I said, Stacks.
him being white. Also, it could be the market. Giannis been balling for years, and the Bucks are treated like second class. That's real. Like I'm gonna put this out here too. Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey is from Australia.
Yeah.
Josh Giddey has won Western Conference Rookie of the Year 4 months in a row, and nobody has brought that up. Nobody. Evan Mobley, Cade Cunningham is what we're talking about. Scotty Barnes is in that conversation as well. But Josh Giddey has not been mentioned, and he's won 4 months straight Western Conference Rookie of the Month.
He should be number 2 right now, truthfully, on the ladder.
Yeah, I mean, but he's not in the conversation.
I think he's
because
still in the top 3 though.
Yeah, he's not in the conversation. I mean, from everything that I'm looking at, nobody's talking about Josh Giddey at all.
Nope. Like I said, Daryl had to tell me. I completely forgot. That's no disrespect to Josh Giddey. I just completely forgot, man.
Shoot, Josh Giddey had Josh Giddey had like 4 triple doubles this year. He the youngest.
Yeah,
yeah, like Josh Giddey, nice. Like Josh Giddey is one of those. He's not as good offensively as Luka, but as far as the all around rest of the game, Josh Giddey is nice. I like.
He a big body that's doing that too.
He like 6'8".
OKC got a team. OKC is a coach and a culture away from being like a powerhouse with the team they have.
Yeah.
They got a bunch of nice, talented guys that actually got skill. That actually can like move and dribble the ball and stuff like that. Like they're a culture and a coach away from being a powerhouse.
Yes, sir. Cap Son Moson said he's not AI, but he code.
He's not AI, man. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not doing that, Caps. I don't think we doing that either. We know who AI was.
We definitely do.
Miles Stack said the media still capping for the Lakers. Yeah, they're trying to keep them alive, but they dead.
I've never. Well, what they need to start doing for the NBA is start flexing their schedules like the NFL, bro. They gotta start putting. No disrespect, Daryl, but they gotta start putting y'all on national TV, man.
I agree. I agree. Who wants to watch a 32-point whooping 3 days in a row?
It's like they constantly putting y'all on TV, and then they constantly talking about y'all on ESPN and Fox. Like, okay, enough. There's other teams out here putting in work. Talk about them.
It's because y'all not dead yet. It's because y'all not dead.
Technically y'all not dead yet.
Yeah, they're trying to wait till y'all die, and then the whole story gonna change. And it's like, well, who's gonna get fired? Who's gone? All of that. It's gonna still be about y'all.
Didn't I say that, Real? Didn't I say that earlier today? Mm-hmm. They're gonna wait until they're completely dead, and then when it's gonna be about the Lakers the whole off season, going into training camp all the way into next year. It's gonna be about them.
Yep.
See, Giannis plays like a choir boy. Ja plays like a hoodlum, man.
Yeah, they love Giannis because he goes out there and talks like he has elegance, and Ja goes out there and he has his dreads. Come on, man. But I understand what you said, though, Caps.
The media talks way too much about the Lakers. Does it end when LeBron retires? Nope.
Nah, the Lakers. They talk
Ben, I can't say that it's going to end when LeBron retires because the Lakers have been a part of the NBA conversation. The Lakers are like the Yankees and the Cowboys. They never go away. Nope. So you might as well get ready to good, bad, ugly, trash, whatever. They're going to be a part of the conversation.
Daryl, I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to tell me a true answer and not a bias. Who wins the championship first, the Celtics or the Lakers?
Who wins the championship first?
Yep.
Okay. I was talking to Red about this earlier. Jason Tatum will win a ring before the Lakers win another one.
For the Lakers, when you think that? Okay.
Yeah. And that's just me looking at the body and who Jason Tatum is. And I feel like him and Jaylen Brown can coexist. They just need. I feel like that team is another piece away from being something special because I like Robert Williams. I like that move that when they brought in White from San Antonio. I like that move. Ime Udoka is a good basketball coach from out of that pop system. I like the Celtics. Shout to my sister, I'm a Laker fan saying that, but I
I
like
know
the
that had to hurt you, man.
It did. You didn't see me do this. I started twitching for a minute, man.
Yeah.
I would have much rather when it was time for the Lakers to pick Lonzo Ball, I wanted Jason Tatum instead.
Yeah.
I wanted Tatum instead. But Magic saw fit to bring in Ball and the rest of this is history. But I would much rather have had Jason Tatum over Lonzo Ball in that draft.
So you think the Celtics is going to get Jason Tatum one? You think the organization going to at least get him one?
They should. The only way I see that not happening is Jason Tatum gets frustrated and says, "I'm out."
Okay.
That's the only way I don't see that it happen. If Jason Tatum gets frustrated and he says, "I want out," that's the only way that they don't win one. Let's see. No Lakers are like Cowboys. Win, lose, they are a key piece to the market. Same with the Knicks. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's
what I'm hoping Luka. I'm hoping Luka do that to Dallas, man, for the Mavericks, like Michael did for the Bulls.
Say Kuzma is better than Hero.
I don't know about that
one. I don't know about that one, Cap.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I don't know about that, Cap.
I'm
gonna take
it. It ain't far enough away where I would argue either one of them.
Oh, damn.
I don't think it's far enough. Like Hero is still a 6 man. Like, keep it real. So
I mean,
and Kuzma now doing his business.
Kuzma starting because they don't have nobody else on the team.
But he the number one though.
He still be a 6 man.
If he was, but he's not anymore. Yeah. He's the number one guy now in Washington, so I'm not going to disrespect him.
Yeah, but who else in Washington? Who are you going to put over him in Washington? They traded KP.
You're right. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying one has more responsibility than the other. So I'm not going to disrespect Kyle Kuzma giving me triple doubles and all as the number one guy than Tyler Hero coming off the bench and giving me 18 points a game. It's just not the same effect to me. It's like the argument we had before about the Kevin Love and all that on a bad team. Like, it's one is a 6 man.
Kevin Love playing for Minnesota, he was putting up monster double doubles, but in Cleveland,
he's putting up
18 and 9.
He is Hero 6 man.
With the
we've never seen Hero do it by himself. I'm saying being that dude where it's like, oh my, you're the dude on the team rides on you. So I'm not gonna give him the respect of a guy that starts as number one on the team if he's not that guy. That's just my opinion. Jamal Crawford was a beast. What's his name? The other dude, Lou Will, was a beast.
Yeah.
I'm not putting him. I don't think Lou Will better than CJ McCollum. That's just me personally. Like CJ McCollum can start for a team and do stuff for me. Lou Will spark off the bench.
I don't know. I look at it as like Kelly Olynyk. He was like a role player for the Miami Heat, and then he goes to Houston and starts averaging 20 points a game. So you know what I'm saying? So you play for a bad situation, and there's nobody in front of you. There's no hesitation. You have nothing to play for. I just say you just go out there and do your thing.
Kyle,
you know when you actually play for an actual winning team, you wouldn't put those numbers up.
Kyle Kuzma, he's not.
Who's to say that Kyle? What's the boy name? Who's to say that Tyler Hero wouldn't do the same thing he's doing if he was in the same situation?
Who's to say Klay Thompson wouldn't do that on another team? You're right, but y'all tell me he's not top 75 because you don't know.
Okay, just had to throw that in there, man.
You don't know. So that's what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
You can't go ahead and say,
hey,
you don't know.
That, King? I respect that. You
saying.
earned that one. You earned that one, brother.
Hey, he got that one in there. He got that.
He earned that one. Say 80s knees trash, too old. 80s knees are trash. His knees, lower old. Body, ankle.
27, 28.
He's not old.
He 28, but he got the body of a 35, 36-year-old man.
He gets hurt. He gets banged up. Like, he gets hurt. Luka gets hurt. He gets banged up every game. Luka, I watch him like he gets banged up every game. Like something dumb happens. But AD gets borderline the season over every game. You're like, man, AD gonna twist his ankle. He look like he's down.
Like now?
For the camera.
Yeah.
I don't understand it, man. Like he's
Mr. KD to LA. Not happening. Not happening.
No way.
Not happening. Let's see. No Spencer Dinwiddie, legit number 2.
For us, yeah.
Nah, yeah. Man, it's crazy. Rel is all in on Spencer Dinwiddie. Like, The way I wanted to be in on JB and like let JB develop to be a number 2. Dinwiddie come over here and he's like, Dinwiddie can be our number 2 for our team. And I'm like, what?
Hey.
He's not a CJ McCollum guy yet and all that. Like, no, he can be for our team, though.
This dude is doing something that we politely asked King's favorite power forward of all time to do. And bro, he coming in. Him and Luka are taking turns in the clutch time, bro, like in crunch time. So
but what is he doing different than JB? That's always been my question. What is he doing different than JB?
So let me ask you. I asked you this before.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you trust more in the crunch time?
It's that same argument we just said a second ago. It's because I've seen it, right? With Spencer Dinwiddie.
That's what I'm talking about.
So
I've seen him do it.
I'm going to go with Spencer because I've seen it. But that doesn't mean that JB does not have the potential to be that guy.
No. I didn't say he might not have the potential, but if you tell me right now, I got a gun in your head, you better make a choice right now. Who do you want to trust in the crunch time? Spencer. Give me Spencer. We've seen this cat do it, and he's done it in 2 games already for the Mavericks, which is why people are asking why wasn't he playing in the fourth quarter during crunch time.
I agree with that. I won't disagree.
Thanks for reading and giving me feedback.
We don't know you.
Glow Game.
We don't know you.
Reggie Caldwell said, "Sorry, brother-in-law, got to get that pickup. Can't pass on LeBron."
That's what I'm saying, man. Like you saying, the 28th pick row, and you're not giving it up for LeBron, man. Oh no,
man. I don't know, man. That dude gonna be damn near 40, man. I don't know.
If he giving me 22, 5 and 5, that 28th pick gone.
I'm gonna tell you like this here. If LeBron give me 18,
18, 5 and 5. There you go. First 28th pick gone.
If he gave you KP type of numbers, bro.
No, he wouldn't give you KP numbers. You know that. KP is a different story because KP's a roller coaster ride. LeBron will consistently give you whatever he's trying to give to you. That's the difference.
Yeah. No, you're right. I'm just joking.
Johnny Bravo says they say Luka's questionable tomorrow with the sprain toe. Y'all think that we can beat the Kings without them?
I think we can beat them. I don't want to have to beat them, but I think
it's something about the Kings, man. It's like, geez, I'm with King. I'm with King, man. I don't want to have to, but I feel better though that we got Spencer. You know what I'm saying? Because if you had taken him out and put KP in that situation, I would have been like, nah, we need Luka. You know, so. But yeah, I think we can. I think we can.
See, I also said, who wins the championship first? Luka, Tatum, Trey, or Ja?
Come on, Johnny.
Yeah, look, Johnny. I think that guy wins the championship this year. Y'all already went on me about that. About the guy I think going to win the championship this year in the West possibly. But for real talk, he may not win the championship this year, but I really think Luka get into the Western Conference Finals this year. Something in me is like beating and burning. And y'all say I'm like Nostradamus out here. No, I'm telling y'all, something is telling me we're going to make it to at least the Western Conference Finals this year. And if we don't make the finals, it's going to be like a awesome 7-game series where we lose and we like go out and it's like the Mavericks next year. Like come next year, that whole hype for Luka being MVP and all, I think that's going to be to another extreme. Like next year, expectations and all are going to really be for the Mavericks after this postseason, I feel like.
I agree.
Okay. Luka or Trey are the hungriest?
I think she's responding to the question above about who's going to win it. I don't know about Trey winning one first.
The rivalry continues.
I think Trey might be. I'm not going to disrespect Trey and say he lasts after Ja. That's what I'm saying. Ja has not proven to me that he's going to be on there yet either. Like, I go Luka, Tatum, then I guess Ja, Trey. I guess I'm going to put Trey last. That's my order.
I agree with that. Because like I said, out of all, I got to go back to the question I asked King on the video yesterday. Out of all 4 of those guys, who is arguably in the conversation for top 5 in the league?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
I think the first 2 are arguably top 10. That's what I said. Jason Tatum is knocking at the door. He's been for the past few years. Ja, we're saying maybe doing that this year. So that's why I put Jason Tatum as the second.
There you go.
Okay. Are the Glow Gang Goats winning a title this year?
I told you. I think I don't want to go that hard because y'all gonna kill me if they lose. Knock on
No, they
wood.
are. That's why I'm
Y'all gonna
doing this,
kill me.
King.
Well, they're not gonna kill me because I think everybody can get happy once the first round is over. Like I think the Maverick energy is gonna be crazy if we win the first round series. Like stuff becomes different. The whole energy, the whole thought of this team, that whole stuck in the first round for so long, it's been like annoying. So we want to see that done. That's the first obstacle, and I feel like once we get past that, it'll be okay. But I really think Western Conference Finals been like, and I would not. It's not even a surprise. It's not because I'm biased. I wouldn't be surprised if the Mavericks are in the finals competing for the championship this year. I really would not be.
Okay. Luca outscoring, rebounding, assisting, and having more steals than Clay and Steph combined last night
Did
had
not get talked about
not
it at
been
all.
discussed enough.
At all. Nobody talked about it. Not one person.
Nope.
They talked about Steph not shooting in the fourth quarter and how he can
That's
do things different. Not even about Dallas's defense. Not about Luca outdoing him in the fourth. Not
Charles
any of
Barkley
that.
was the only one that I heard that was saying like, "Yo, you got to get them props on their defense."
Did the same
Nobody
thing.
else.
They did the same thing with LA. They talked about when we beat LA. They talked about LA struggles. They never talked about Dallas.
Okay. What do you guys think about a cross conference playoffs? One in the West playing 8 in the East, one in the East versus 8 in the West, all the way down the line. The West is so much better. These East teams got it too easy.
So they for years have kind of flirted with just having like the 16 best teams in the league in general going to the playoffs instead of it being 1 through 8. And a lot of that had to do with the. It's kind of for the same reason why they broke up the East versus West in the All Star game. It's because they felt like it was so lopsided. All the talent and the best teams were in the West, so they just wanted to have it to it got tired of seeing like Orlando being like 5 or 6 games under 500, making it to the playoffs and getting swept in the first round. And so they felt like instead of doing it, it's something kind of like what Amount said, but you want to do like the top 16 teams in the league, and y'all just go kind of like a March Madness style bracket, and then kind of go at it like that. You know what I'm saying? Where the, like number one play number 10 and so forth, so forth. You know what I mean? So,
So if
um,
you do, go ahead, Real. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Now I was gonna say, so if you do 1 through 16, do you get rid of the best of 7 series?
No.
No,
You
you
still do this.
said
You still do the best of 17. Like you still have your 8 teams on each.
Mm.
it's just no
Uh,
conference.
yeah. You just do not doing like the two. You're not doing the 18s from the conference. You're just doing
Yes,
straight
top 16
16 best
teams.
teams in the league.
Uh-huh.
So it's still the same playoff format, just instead of East and West, just
I
straight 16 teams.
I like that. So that means like say when the West was popular, when the West had like 10 teams competing for the playoffs that were all like at 50 wins, and then the
Yeah,
East had like two at the bottom, they
yeah,
wouldn't make it. The East would just get 6 teams and the West would get 10 teams instead
exactly.
that will play for the 16 positions, whatever.
So
I
you have the
like that.
16 best teams in the playoffs. Like I said,
I
instead of
like
you having
that.
like Orlando at the number 7 seed, it's like 6, 7 games under 500 and get swept in the
Yeah.
first round. Instead of
And
having
then
them in there, you have like Chicago or somebody in there instead. Like say they're like number 4 or 5 in the East. They'll make
and
that one of those 16 teams going into the playoffs. It'll be a better competitive series. But only reason they said he wasn't going to do that is because of travel. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because like say
Yeah,
you got a 7 game series with New York and LA. That's a
yeah,
lot of that's heavy traveling, man. That's a lot of time
and
zone.
time zone.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
time zone will be an issue too.
also like Phoenix, or not Phoenix, Golden State would be the number 2 seed right now in the NBA if they had it that way. Like so the East wouldn't start until the third seed because the
There
top
you
two
go.
seeds would be the two Western teams and all that. I like
Yeah.
the 16 team format. It goes against my idea for the All-Star game to make the All-Star game better though, if you do it that way. My idea for the All-Star game is playing it like you do with the All-Star game for baseball, where the winner, whatever conference wins, get the home games or whatever, gets the home series. I think that
Yeah.
would make people play more because if you actually plan for something, if my team gets to the finals, I want to have the home court advantage. So that wouldn't work as much in the conference because you would get rid of conferences in general and you wouldn't know which players will play where. It wouldn't make sense. But I mean, I'm down for the 16 team format. We could find a different way to make the All-Star game better.
So I know they were also talking about doing an in-season tournament.
No.
Y'all know.
No.
I don't know. I mean, I don't like the idea either. But
For what?
what would that actually accomplish if
That's
they were to
that's
do that?
That's the question. Like maybe I guess you could have a mid-season G League tournament or something like the two-way players or something like. I don't know. Maybe to give the guys a rest or something, but I don't think you would get much. You get more viewership than the G League would, but you get less than an NBA game would. I feel like if they want to give guys a rest and just get money, but it's nothing to make the guys give more stress on it. Like, why am I going to play a tournament that doesn't do anything as my playoff seed enough? Like I don't want to put more stress on my body for no reason. Where I may be able, say I tear ACL in the mid-season tournament. It's like, well, why was I playing?
Why am I here? Yeah, why was I in this tournament? Yeah.
So now you're gonna have a mid-season tournament and the All-Star break.
Yeah.
Like, see what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'm good, bro. Just keep it how it is. If you're gonna do anything, if you're gonna be any change, just shorten the season down to about 72 games.
Yeah.
Or 70 games. Shorten down to about 70 games, man. That way, everybody will play each other about 3 times or whatever, man, and we be good. You don't need 82 games anymore.
Yeah.
Or just make the playoffs for more than 16 teams, but still do it no conference.
Nah, I'll keep it. We got 4 rounds. So, I mean, that's
hey, I'm saying if you're going to cut the season short, if you cut the season short and they want a tournament, what I'm saying is make the playoffs longer than with more teams. That way you got more competition for something to happen, something wild to happen. If that's the vibe they're looking for, like more like the NFL, the one and done where you could possibly lose, throw more teams in there so that they got a chance to lose. So it's not usually you know who's going to win the NBA championship, or you know the teams that are going to have a chance to win the championship. It's usually whoever goes in favor because you got to win 4 out of 7. That's hard. That's not a one game catch them off. You got to catch them 4 games off. So that's the way I feel like. Or bring back the best of 5 for the first round. Why not the best of 5 so that more number 1 seeds can lose, number 2 seeds can lose? Like,
okay, I see what you're saying.
I feel like it's competitive when you make the best of 5 in the first round.
The 5-7-7 was dope. I like that. I like that better than how it is all 7 all the way through.
They only doing 7 because of money. They want more money with more views, but 5 would have made it more competitive with more chances that a higher seed can get knocked off. Remember, that's
5 was more competitive.
Yeah, that's how Denver knocked off Seattle back then because they were best of 5.
I was just about to say that Denver versus Seattle.
Tracy
prime
McGrady.
example.
Talking holding the ball and yelling.
Yep. T-Mac would have beat Detroit if they was
remember they changed it that very next year.
That same year. It was that year.
Jesus.
The year that T-Mac lost, he thought he was up by 3. He was up 3-1 or whatever like that. Thought it was over, saying that I'm about to go to the second round. If it had been a 5-game series, he'd have been in
that'd have been it.
Man,
that'd have been it. Yeah, I agree. Let's see, King, the fact that you trust Dinwiddie more in 5 games in the clutch that you do with Brunson in 3.5 years shows who the bona fide 2 is.
I guess if you say so, the issue is that Dinwiddie has years on him, and Dinwiddie has a past. Like Dinwiddie's been in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's not like Dinwiddie's a new guy where I'm just saying it. He may have been hurt, but Dinwiddie has a track record. Like I think we said a few episodes, like more than one episode, Dinwiddie probably should have been an all-star in his career already. So I'm going to go with that guy because I don't dislike Dinwiddie. I wanted Dinwiddie before the season started. I thought we should have went heavy for him, and luckily we got him by getting rid of that guy. Can we say KP on this show?
Yeah, go ahead. I approve it.
Why are you cussing, bro?
All right,
I approve it.
As far as the Brunson and Dinwiddie, like obviously, yes, Dinwiddie is proving it. I know what Dinwiddie is. I'm happy we got Dinwiddie. We have Dinwiddie. I wish somehow we can keep them all 3 in the clutch. Like Dinwiddie's that good, but I do believe that JB has talent, and I don't want to give up on JB's talent because we're getting so fascinated with Dinwiddie.
Okay. See, if you had to let JB walk for one realistic player next season, who would it be?
Zach LaVine. That's the only player. We talking about a guy. If he said walk. He said walk.
Stop the show.
He said walk.
Yo, hit the button. This is getting ridiculous.
Who is this guy?
I don't know who this guy is.
Hold on, listen. He did not say trade. He said walk, which means that if JB was to just walk away, and we
had this talk before, man, and you said Zach LaVine can catch them hands, bro. That's what I feel like.
No. I said instead of going for a guy that's like a max contract guy, if you can get a Zach LaVine instead.
With you, but I'm surprised you didn't say DeAndre Ayton. That's what I thought you were gonna say.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I forgot.
I was gonna say, look,
Zach LaVine, DeAndre Ayton. Yes, that's the
I
one.
was gonna say, wouldn't y'all rather have a big instead?
Yes, I would. I forgot about him. That's what it is. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I would think. That's why I kind of throw it out. You said Zach LaVine. Like, bro, you can say DeAndre Ayton.
I forgot about DeAndre Ayton, but yes, you're right. DeAndre Ayton will be the guy that's a free agent that we can actually get if he walks. That I would.
Everybody keep your eye out on that DeAndre Ayton situation in Phoenix because
he's going somewhere else. It's just a question of where he's going. I don't know for sure, but he's going somewhere else. The Lakers, the Lakers might pay for him.
They don't have enough.
If they get rid of Westbrook, I'm saying if they get rid of Westbrook. If they somehow trade away Russell Westbrook and all y'all think y'all the Lakers. Y'all find a way to get cat money to get somebody, the Lakers.
Yeah. Okay.
It'll be a signing trade. Like y'all nobody go straight up no more. Like if you say I want to play for the Lakers, they're gonna the Phoenix not gonna want to lose for nothing, so they're gonna sign and trade you.
I honestly feel like it just depends on who the Lakers GM is. Because there's a lot of people that don't want to work with Rob Pelinka.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a lot. He's burnt a lot of bridges out here in the front offices around the league, from him being an agent and from him being a GM. So it just depends on the situation. See, Reggie said, I don't trust Dinwiddie nor JB to be our number 2 long time.
There you go, Reggie.
Bro, come on,
there you go, Reggie. There you go. Like, how
Reggie
are they
don't
so
want me to
high,
have nothing, man. It's all
so
good.
high on Dinwiddie at the being down on JB? Like, Dinwiddie is nice, but there's no way you like, oh my God, Dinwiddie's that much nicer than JB. Where it's like, whoa,
wow, Reggie, is that we doing it now?
It's Dinwiddie. Like, Dinwiddie's
pretty
awesome.
much did what KP ain't did in 3.5 years, bro. We gonna throw him under the bus.
It was JB. How is
Next question.
How is one guy averaging 17? 17 is in like 6 or 7, right? Mm-hmm. He's saying he's the next savior. But the other guy's averaging like 18, 5 and 4, and he's not doing his job though.
But when is he getting those 18?
I'm done. There's no, I can't win. The goalposts keep.
We talking about baby Luka out there, man. When Spencer
pushing the goalposts back, man.
The goalposts, man.
We talking about baby Luka.
King Lee said, "Glow Nation." What's going on? Yeah, it's some interesting hashtags going on out here. Glow Gang, Goats, and Glow Nation. I like them.
That Glow Nation, I like that one too. I like that Glow Nation, cuz I like that, man.
I'm liking these comments. Okay. Johnny said Boogie Cousins got 31-9 tonight without Jokic playing. Okay.
Wait, did they win, Johnny? Did they win?
A little resurgence from Boogie.
And I still don't want him.
Oh, all right. We just made it. We made that clear.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying because they've been saying about people say Boogie Cousins. Why didn't the Mavs get him? He don't fit the system. So my thing is, yes, Boogie Cousins. I hope he can still be amazing, but his game would not play well with Luka Doncic's at all.
Nah, he won. They won, by the way.
They did. Denver
the Jazz lost though.
I told you we still gonna catch him. We still gonna catch him, man.
We gotta win that game tomorrow. Luka might need to play that game tomorrow, bro. Get that toe ready, Luka.
And this is when the Mavericks do Maverick stuff and sit Luka when they got to get a chance to
close it. Yeah, that's why I think he'll play, bro. I think he'll play.
Heard a story about expanding the league to 32 teams. If you had 32 teams, you would have 14 divisions. Play every team outside the division twice. Everyone in the division 3 times.
Comes to 65.
Comes to 65 games playing. Could be 3 games first round to 5. So that expansion, I mean, I don't see that happening no time soon because they keep pushing back the idea of bringing a Seattle franchise back, which I feel like they should bring it back because I feel like I miss Seattle Supersonics to be.
A lot of y'all youngsters don't know about Seattle Supersonics, bro. That was a staple in the league, man.
I feel like you used to play every team 4 times, and unless it was in the other conference, it was 2 times. When did that switch to 3?
That's a good question.
I felt like is it just me,
No,
you're right.
King, you
Right.
right.
Conference used to play everybody 4 times, right? And then 2 times on the opposite conference. I don't be knowing now if we play teams 3 times or 4 times anymore. Like I'm like,
they switched.
You want to play the Lakers 3 times this time? Okay.
Yeah, they switched it because it was always 4, and then you played cross conference twice.
Yeah.
And then I think that was like that when they added the Bobcats.
Okay, when they added, I understood.
I could be wrong, but I think it's when they added the Bobcats. They only added one team, so remember at one point it was like 15 and 14 in one conference, 15 in the other.
And then also to try to add 2 more teams to the NBA, you would have to restructure it because if you add Las Vegas and Seattle, that's 2 Western Conference teams. That's 2 West Coast teams.
I mean, they can lie. Everybody on the West, not in the West, and everybody on the East, not in the East.
Minnesota would go to the East because they've been wanting to go to the East for years.
Yeah. Freaking, what is it? Milwaukee in the East. Milwaukee, not East.
Dang, so late.
No.
Milwaukee, not East. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a lot of teams that's in places they're not supposed to be.
Yeah, that's a good point, bro.
Okay. So if Dinwiddie started and got the same opportunities JB does, his production would be better.
Dinwiddie's getting his. Hold on. Let me rewind that because I see you, Rel, about to get excited. Dinwiddie's getting.
He don't like to see my happiness.
He's getting the production he's getting because he's not starting. How about that one?
He did start.
No. He's our guy, like you said, our Jason Terry. We need a 6-man off the bench, so he gets to cook guys from the second unit and all. The reason he's getting the production is because he's not starting. That's part of the reason why he's getting it. But
disrespect.
I'm not. I love Spencer. Hold up, Spencer Dinwiddie's probably my second best, favorite player on the team after Luka now. Like I really wanted Spencer Dinwiddie on his team, but I'm gonna call JB what he is. Like I just feel like us as Mavs fan, we giving up on. He's homegrown. Second round.
No. I'm not giving up. I
and guys just like want to get the next guys. Like
hold on, now King. You know a lot about followers that they've been giving up on.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Followers like let JB prove himself. Like this is.
Yeah,
this has really been the first half. Remember when Luka was fat, right? When fat Luka was out there and his production, his net rating was negative as far as him, and we were still winning. Who was winning the games for us? I'll wait. Who was the reason we were winning? Who were we saying the most consistent player was at the beginning of the year? And all the guy that was just winning all the games.
KP.
Who was that guy? It wasn't that KP guy that you see. You
don't hear me saying KP. Okay.
Yeah, wasn't that guy? Yeah, I don't forget. That's what I'm saying. Everybody forgets real quick the new toy. Like I watched JB hold it down for us, not only when Luka was fat, but when Luka was gone as well. Like we stayed 500 because of Jalen Brunson. So, but we can give up on him though. Let him go. No, it is what it is.
Yeah, give up on him.
All right. Ben says, I would love a world league. I would love the London Ravens or the Paris Panthers or something, man.
They should maybe let play an international game for the All-Star game or something. Like make it somehow where it's like the international players versus the American players, and maybe bring over you can add more American players now to the pool. That's maybe on the cusp of All-Stars, and then add guys from the European leagues and let them play with their Euro guys.
And it's enough of them now in the league.
That's what I'm saying. Like they could play around with it and make it something serious. Even the dunk contest. I don't see it's a dunk contest. It doesn't have to be NBA players only. Let other guys from the street be in the dunk contest. That's fine.
Did you hear the interview by Dominique Wilkins?
No, I didn't hear it. He
mentioned that. He said, bro, just get some guys off the street. Like them guys are way more entertaining.
Get them guys off the street and let them come out here and then be the street versus the players in the league. So then see if the players in the league want to go out there for clout and prove that they're supposed to be the best dunkers in the world. Let's get it. It's not that hard. I feel like they're making it harder than it has to be.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this is
last comment. Dinwiddie's production off the bench is better than Brunson's was off the bench, so I'm sure it'll be the same starting.
You say so.
King?
Dinwiddie, but Brunson off the bench was giving you what, 16? Dinwiddie in 5 games is giving you 17.
He's giving you 18.
So he's giving you 18? Oh, my bad. He's giving you 18 in 5 games. He's 3 points better than JB in 5 games.
But also, look at this. Look at the shooting numbers.
Look at JB shooting numbers. What do you mean?
No. But he went shooting 60%.
No, you think Dinwiddie going to shoot
45% from 3?
So you saying, okay, that's fine. So you saying Dinwiddie going to shoot 60 and 40, 45 the whole rest of the year? That's what you
He's
saying?
the second option. He
Never did it before.
He's gonna do it, King. Believe in him. King,
I believe in him. I hope
just believe this one. I need you to believe this one thing, bro. Just believe this one thing.
I believe it, but JB shooting 50% from the field and 40% from three. Like, don't stop disrespecting Jalen Brunson.
He was not taking disrespect. He was not taking
50% from the field and 40% from three. Like, let's stop the presses. It's like, no real talk, Johnny. Dinwiddie is more talented than Jalen Brunson. I am agreeing with you. What I'm saying is that because Jalen Brunson is a homegrown guy and I see the development, I want to give him his due. It's like his respect, his Ray Lewis, his Kobe Bryant, his like we just said, LeBron, where he's the guy that like let him call his own shot to leave. Like let him show that he doesn't need the spot anymore. Like don't just take it away from him. He's done too much. He surpassed Tim Hardaway Jr. He surpassed Kristaps Porzingis when he wasn't even supposed to be that guy. Like don't just take it away from him now. Let's see what he's supposed to be since he's overachieved already. That's all I'm saying. So yes, I think if Spencer would have started this year with the team, Spencer would be starting, and I'd be fine with that. The issue is Spencer came later in the year. He's fine. It's working. We're winning. Why are we going to change it up? Like, it doesn't have to be changed yet. JB's out too, guard. Spencer comes off the bench for us. It's okay.
Okay. Before we go to this next comment, I want to do a quick shout out to the Eastern Conference and Western Conference Players of the Month. Eastern Conference, I want to shout out DeMar DeRozan. And on the West side, we want to shout out Luka Doncic for doing his thing. Also, I want to shout out Josh Giddey and Scotty Barnes for their rookies of the month for the month of February.
It's a good class, man. It's a good rookie class.
Yeah, it is a good one.
It's a good rookie class. I like it.
Yes, sir. They doing that thing.
Why ain't DeMar DeRozan the best player in the NBA?
Bro, you know what's funny you said that? Because I haven't even heard DeMar DeRozan's name anymore in the conversation for MVP. They're trying to force. You gotta okay, DeMar DeRozan, because like you can't deny his numbers and his impact on the Chicago Bulls. It's like you
28, 5 and 5. 28, 5 and 5.
He can jump, right? Can he jump? Highlight dunks. Doesn't he play? Doesn't he play defense?
Yes, sir.
The Bulls.
So, why isn't he the best player in the NBA? And I don't even think he's the best player in the NBA. I'm just going off of other narratives. Why isn't he the best player in the NBA?
So, in other words, you saying keep the narrative consistent?
Yeah, I'm just saying keep it consistent. Why isn't DeMar DeRozan the best player in the NBA?
Okay, Dara, still like most stuff came in.
Okay, they keeping them coming. All right, Pavel says, "What is a trade package for Aiden? THJ Bertans Powell."
I think JB. You're going to throw either. So for one of those, for Aiden, either JB or Spencer Dinwiddie going to have to be involved.
Yeah,
I think you get rid of THJ, one of those two guys, and then throw in Powell or maybe even a Maxi Kleber. I think they may do that. I think THJ, Jalen Brunson, and Maxi Kleber might get you DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see what the next one is.
Okay. Powell said, "Don't let JB go. Hey, Real, can you show us with your hands Luka's shape earlier in the season?"
How was his shape, Real? How was he shaped, man?
It was.
It was still.
Hey, if y'all don't know what he's talking about, man, it's a joke we had on one of the videos a while back, man.
It's still out here busting heads.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, exactly.
Johnny, he is a better passer. Let's skip it. He is. I said he's better. Dinwiddie is better. Okay, so Dinwiddie is a better proven scorer than Jalen Brunson. He's a better proven passer than Jalen Brunson, and he's a better proven rebounder than Jalen Brunson. He's more injury prone than Jalen Brunson, though. Let's not forget that. Like he's coming off of 2 ACL injuries, guys. I don't know how much guys know about Spencer Dinwiddie, but I love him. But he is coming off of 2 ACL injuries, not just one, 2 of them. That one before the NBA, and then 1 2 years ago, or whatever, 1 year ago he got. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you're going to give up your guy that may be developing into somebody that's a homegrown guy for a guy that could just be a 1-2 year dude or something like I'm not there yet. I want Spencer to he should continue showing us his greatness if he's great. And then let's play it out the correct way business wise. I feel like let's not be a fool and give him a 5-year extension right now, like we did Kristaps Porzingis against saying his name. It's like a third reference.
This guy name you talking about?
If KP would have signed the qualifying offer and just played that year, the Dallas Mavericks would be a completely different team right now.
Yup. Facts.
A completely different team right now.
Okay. Being said, I agree with King. JB is up there with Luka and Doe for indispensable players and is heart of the organization, our most efficient player.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, you didn't made King's Day now.
I told is Spencer Dinwiddie a better mid-range shooter than JB?
Oh, we said what?
I'm asking you, Spencer Dinwiddie a better mid-range shooter than JB?
In the clutch.
Oh goodness, I knew you was going to push the goalposts away from me to say something else. I knew he was going to do it.
You keep kicking it back, man.
You see a little sidestep jumper he be hitting, man?
I do. Spencer nice, man. Like I'm not
Spencer nice, bro.
Y'all got me in here going against my man Spencer. I have no problem with Spencer, man. Spencer's amazing. I'm glad. I'm just going to. I know the history though, guys. I'm just saying, just don't forget everything that comes with it, the variables. That's all I said.
I hope my friends defend my name in these streets like King defends Brunson. Salute, King, you my guy.
I appreciate you, Johnny. I go at all these guys. I defend the names. Luka. We got guys talking about Luka now, man. I think they watch the show. Like, don't think I don't. I hose it down for this Dallas Maverick team, man. Not like Rel. You know, he walks away real quick. Talking to guys. He wanted Reggie Bullock off the team. Y'all remember that? he was going in on Reggie.
Y'all see the tire marks on my back, man. That was King throwing me under the bus.
He was going in on Reggie. I remember that. He hated Reggie at first. Like, man.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I did, bro. I don't know. He was lie.
I mean, it's a reason why people wanted Reggie Bullock, bro.
Yeah, man. Reggie is a big piece.
It's a reason why they wanted him. So, well, it looks like we have come to a close here. This has been a productive and fun episode, man. I appreciate y'all for rocking with us for this almost 2-hour episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please go follow our Twitter. The handle is below your screen there at GlobeBeatTalk_NBA. Also follow that same tag on IG. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you're new to the channel. It helps us out a whole lot more than you think. We're trying to scale this thing and run these numbers up as much as possible. Spread the word. Tell your people we talking NBA. Also tell your people the two gurus here of Dallas Maverick basketball are running it up.
Oh shucks.
With this Mav content. Follow We Talk Mavs.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Y'all got anything y'all want to add before we close out?
Just subscribe to the channel, guys. If you're brand new and you enjoy the content, hit that like button and also follow us at We Talk Mavs on Twitter.
Yep. Hit that bell for notifications so y'all know when we actually going live. And Johnny B, you a hater, Johnny B. It's all love, though. I love you playing, Johnny B. Come see us tomorrow, Johnny B. I love talking to y'all. Y'all don't even understand it, man. Like, I stay up to like 2 a.m, 3 a.m. to prepare for this, to talk to you guys every other day just about. And I appreciate it. You guys are regulars now, Globe Gang. This is part of my life now. This is part of Rel's life, Daryl's life. We doing this for y'all, and we truly appreciate y'all. So keep rocking with us, GGs.
Glow Nation.
Sure, appreciate you. And all right, with that being said, Glow Nation, Glow Gang, Glow Goats, we out.
Yes, sir.
Peace. tonight.
Tonight.